All right. Hello. So we're sitting here with Guy Holzworth. He's our longest standing board member. How long have you been with the Watershed Council for?
I think 19 years.
19 years? Okay.
18 or 19 years.
Okay. What year were we founded again? Do you remember?
I don't know. I wasn't part of the original group.
Okay.
But I think it was 5 or 6 years running before. I lived in Otis, so I couldn't be on it at first until I moved back over here.
Great. So how did you get involved? What made you get involved?
Well, I was recruited by the coordinator at the time, a friend of mine. And it also falls into the think globally, act locally kind of philosophy. Try to get something done in your own neighborhood.
Gotcha. Great.
That's why I joined up.
And before that, you were with the Water District, correct?
I worked for 34 years running the Neskowin Regional Water District.
Cool. Great. So that's kind of a unique perspective, having that water district drinking water perspective, and then sort of overall watershed health perspective, looking at fish and wildlife, big picture sort of things. So with your time with the Watershed Council, how have you seen the council itself grow in terms of mission and scope, but also in terms of its board composition?
Yeah, quite a bit. When I joined, we really weren't doing much. Tom McDermott was planting trees for us. And I became president my third meeting, so I still didn't know what we were doing then. It took a while. It does take a while to understand exactly how we function.
Yeah.
But I would say the board has just expanded so much, and the board we have right now is excellent, with people from all works of life, different viewpoints, and we can get together and get these amazing projects done, which you actually do. We just kind of hired you, I guess.
Well, it couldn't be done without you guys as well, your support and direction and everything.
Well, yeah, the board's really grown, I think, and the council itself, which is everybody here, lives around here, has got more on board, and we had never ripped a culvert out and built a bridge before Alex, really, as far as I know. And now it's commonly every day. What we do, 4 this year?
4 last year, yeah.
Four
two
bridges in a year. It's pretty amazing.
It's a lot. Yeah, I mean, this, like I said earlier, this wouldn't be able to happen without board support and board direction and everything. So you guys are really the heart of the Watershed Council. So over the years, have you seen sort of an evolution or a change in watershed issues, especially focusing in on Neskowin? Has there been sort of a shift in focus at all, or just as we go through the times? I know this past couple decades, there has been a lot of development and a lot of new research, and we're learning a lot more about our watersheds. So, just wondering if you have any thoughts on that.
I don't know if it's a shift in focus, but an expansion of focus. In that, like I said, we never, as far as I know, never had ripped culverts out to open up streams for fish passage, which we routinely do now. We're planting trees. We're planting more trees now than ever, I believe. And just all together, new things come up. The Tidegate survey was a new thing. And that's still new for us as to where we go with that. But
Sure.
I think it's just been a general, the community at large is more interested in what we do, and because we've gotten a lot done.
Absolutely. In terms of, like you were saying, locally, what do you think Nescoinians should be thinking about when we're talking about our watershed, as a landowner or as a resident or as just somebody who wants to do good by, the environment and by the watershed and by fish and wildlife, but also, for human health as well? What should folks be thinking about, and what can an average, everyday Nescoinian do to sort of push this forward?
That's a good question. As far as how should they think about water, well, if you're living in Nescoin proper, that's your water source. That's everything you drink, cook with. You flush it down the toilet, it goes to the wastewater plant where it gets treated, and then eventually put back into the stream. So you are part of the cycle, basically.
Absolutely.
Maybe you never think about it that way. But. So that's important on both of those things. You want the water to be clean when you drink it. You want the water to be clean when it goes back in the stream. And that happens here. Both very advanced treatment systems. As far as, wanting to do good, I think that's most people here. It's a second home. It's valuable property. It's valuable property for these reasons, for the beauty of the area. When I worked for the water district, people come into office and tell me how much they love the water. They would take it home with them. So
that's interesting.
That always cracked me up.
Sounds kind of odd, but I mean.
Hey, I thought it was odd, but hey, that's a nice compliment. But
yeah, absolutely.
It's a beautiful area, and people like to fish. If you like this salmon fish or steelhead or trout, you need clean water. You need proper food in the stream. You need everything to be proper for that to continue. So thinking out ahead, so your great-grandchildren can maybe come and catch a steelhead.
Absolutely.
Here or in the Stucca or something.
Yeah.
So, and you might think about water as being kind of a pain in the winter.
Yeah.
So,
the flooding and everything.
Yeah, you have different thoughts about water.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we touched on this a little bit, but sort of that link between watershed health and drinking water, I think, is really important around here, especially since we have our water source up on Hawk Creek. So I think it's, could be another thing that people need to think about.
It's really important here, due to the quality of the treatment systems, can handle turbidity. We certainly can't handle, organic chemicals and things. That's something you want to keep out of your drinking water and out of your stream in general. And here it's not a huge problem. But other places, in the valley over there, that would be an issue.
Absolutely.
But here, I don't know. I think people here are pretty used to having good water. And, maybe they're blasé about it, and that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I suppose so.
You're not worried about it, right? So
until an issue comes up, and people have to start thinking about it.
So with global warming and the change in weather patterns, and possibly either more rain or less rain or extended periods of either one of those, that changes the whole system.
Right.
And that's something that the council, I think, is going to be more and more involved with.
Absolutely.
Flooding and drought, it seems to be possible.
Yeah, I mean, we live on the coast where we get plenty of rain, but there's still water quantity issues here, and water storage is an issue.
Oh, yeah. I've seen summers where we almost went into water curtailment in Nescoin 5 years ago, 6 years ago, so it could happen.
Sure. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll end there, but really appreciate your time. Thank you for being on the board for so long.
Thank
you for hanging in there. Yeah, we really appreciate your perspective and your participation, and
Yeah.
we'll-
I can bring one more thing up, even though we're not doing it right now, is our science pubs
yeah,
at the Pelican, which many people come to, but I think more could. We haven't
Sure.
exactly completely packed the room yet. Free science discussions, excellent speakers, and you can go buy dinner or buy a beer because Pelican gives us the room for free. Been a great partner for us, and you come see amazing speakers. For example, I really miss science pubs right now.
yeah,
So
yeah.
get on our mailing list so you know when the science pubs are.
Yeah, we'll have to get those up and going as soon as we can.
Oh yeah.
Those are a lot of fun. Well, thank you very much.